Just wrapping things up here at CW Post Field as the St. Philip Fighting Tigers with their first home game of the year. Unfortunately, it did not go well for them as they fall to the Colon Magi tonight by a score of 43-12.
Yeah, it was a good start. They put together a nice long drive to eat up a lot of the first quarter, but then right after that, when they kicked off to Colon said, well, we're just going to score it right away with a long kickoff return and a conversion so quickly. A 6-0 lead turned into an 8-6 deficit about midway through the first.
Yeah, that first drive was almost 7.5 minutes long, and that was a great opening drive for the Fighting Tigers, but the kickoff return was 13 seconds, and the momentum shifted after that. St. Philip could not grab a lead after that, and actually at the half, the Tigers were down 20-12. It was a very up-and-down game for both teams, but too many turnovers in the second half for the Fighting Tigers, and the Magi were able to find their holes just at the right time for their running game.
Yeah, it was, and Colon put together a great game plan. St. Philip's game plan wasn't bad either, and despite the loss, a lot of impressive moves by the quarterback. He had a lot more rushing yards if you would have counted the total yards that he ran, not just the yards going forward that count. He did a lot with his feet, fought to the end. But yeah, right after halftime, that's kind of when Colon took it and ran with it.
Yeah, that quarterback for St. Philip, of course, junior quarterback Connor Gosselin. Great night on the ground tonight. He had 12 carries for 68 yards. Through the air, he was 15 of 29 for 270 yards. He had 2 touchdown passes, but he also had 2 picks, as the Fighting Tigers really relied on their quarterback this evening. But of course, Colon, they were able to put it on the ground. They almost had 400 yards of rushing with 3 of their running backs, including their starting quarterback, Philip Alva, with the leading rusher at 141.
Yeah, it was a matchup between 2 state-ranked teams. They both had come into this game undefeated, and one of the teams, St. Philip, their first home game. For Colon, it was their first road game. Not intimidated at all. Colon came in and just kept doing what they're doing, and they'll move on 4-0 and get farther into the season. St. Philip's just got to bounce back. They still are in good shape and have good potential going forward.
Yep, Colon now 4-0 on the season, 2-0 in the A division of the Southern Michigan 8-man league, which puts them on top. St. Philip with that loss puts them at 1-1, tied with Bellevue, Camden Frontier, and Portland St. Patrick. All 3 of those teams is who St. Philip sees over the next 3 weeks, including Camden Frontier next week, as the Fighting Tigers sit at 3-1. Speaking of next week, week number 5, we're at the halfway point. We'll make our way to the northeast side of town, and for the second straight week, we'll see the Penfield Panthers, the surprise of the area, at 3-1. They'll see their crosstown rivals in the Harper Creek Beavers in I-8 action.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It was fun to see what they did last night, pulling out a few surprises, and we'll see if they can keep the streak going after losing their first game by a wide margin. They've gelled, they've come together, they're behind their new coach, and like you said, they are kind of the surprise in the Battle Creek area this year.
Yep, and with Penfield, if they win, they'll be their 4th straight win, and they stay in pace with Jackson Lumen Christi atop of the I-8. So
no one thought they were going to be there.
No, not at all.
But we're happy they are, and congratulations.
Yes, absolutely. But of course, we'll have that game coming up next Friday night, 6:35, right here on 95.3 WBCK. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Of course, you could join us for the preview as I will make my way over to the northeast side for that. Brandon James will be here for the game with the post-game wrap and all the scores from week number 5 next week, right here on 95.3 WBCK and online at 953WBCK.com. And don't forget to download the WBCK app. It's free, and we keep it updated a lot.
Yeah, we do. We give you all the information you need, events, sports, news, information in the Battle Creek and Southwest Michigan area. 95.3 WBCK. Go to your app store, whatever it is on your phone, and download it, and you'll be good to go.
Yep, and we will see you again on Friday. And once again, our final score, 43-12, Colon over St. Phil. We'll see you next week.